Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We finally are getting around to testing out the new Pat McGrath Labs Celestial Odyssey Luxe Quad in Bronze Borealis. Now, I did end up picking up the other one as well, which is Deep Space Divinity. I'm going to do a separate video on that. And we're also going to be testing out the new Skin Fetish Sublime Highlighter in Lunar Nude. So this palette or quad retails for $58. So it is a bit cheaper than the previous quads. The other quads are $65, but you are getting less product too, because this is the one from last year and this is the Risque Rose. Now, this is a beautiful color story. I did bring in Risque Rose to give myself a little bit extra mattes. But honestly, in my opinion, for the Pat McGrath quads, I would much rather have the more expensive price point and them all be special shades and leave the mattes to like the big motherships or the mega motherships. So I'm gonna start off with the mauve shade, which is Mink Dust right here. Now I am trying to make sure I'm still on camera and stuff like that because this is a new setup and it's gonna take a while to get used to. And part of it is like as I'm blending, you might blur because I have the autofocus on, because I've got to get my husband to set up the manual focus so that way it doesn't go blurry. It's like you're darned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I don't know why I said darned. It's not like damn's that bad of a word anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to blend this out. I actually might not need anything else because as you can see, it doesn't look like it's going to have that much, I mean, that it would be that dark, but it is. Like once you get it on here. Now there isn't any patchiness from what I can see. And that went on pretty heavy. A little bit heavier than what I would have wanted, but you know, it is what it is. I would have rather built that shade up a little bit instead of having it as dark all over. But as I said, it is what it is. This would be the one good time to have like a light blending nude shade. But I mean, it's not bad. I'm gonna grab, I have some powder right here. It's just the hourglass powder that I'm trying to use up. I've got pan again. And I'm going to use that to diffuse the edges a little bit. Did I tell you? This is just a Cleona blending brush. Cleona doesn't have numbers on there. There we go. See how much better that looks since I used that powder to buff that out some? Because I am using the MAC paint pot in soft ochre. So maybe that's why it's stuck. I mean, maybe it might not be though. But yeah, there we go. That's much more to my liking. Much, much better. Much better. Okay, so I'm going to take and go back into that shade. This is a BK Beauty 202, which is one of my favorite blending brushes. As you can see, it's kind of pointed, so it's really good at getting into the crease. So I'm just gonna take that and really deepen up that mauve shade, Mink, whatever it was called, and build it up there. Now, Pat McGrath is still one of the brands that I can buy on my low buy. But I think at this point, the quads and the mega motherships and the motherships are the only palettes I'm going to collect. I'm not always the biggest fan of their 6 pans. I don't know. They're just not my favorite. And the brush I'm using right now is the Anastasia A5, in case you're wondering, which just had the hourglass powder. Okay. I like how that looks. Let's do something on the lid. I think we're gonna use a couple of shades. But the one good thing though about them having a matte in them is because you can see that Pat McGrath, her mattes can definitely be used multiple ways. Like compared to some others, I feel like you can really build up a Pat McGrath matte and they always end up going deeper than what they look in pan in comparison to others. Now, I don't remember what the highlight cost me because I ordered the one quad by itself, and then I ordered the other quad with the highlighter because a lot of the bundle deals that they had, I already own most of the products. So I'm gonna go into Lunar Legend, which is this deepest shimmer up there in the corner. And we're gonna apply that towards the outer portion of our eye. I didn't even swatch this for y'all. I forgot to swatch. I am so trying to get the studio moved and everything. It has been difficult, I guess is the best way to say it. But I've been enjoying, since I've been back at home, being able to film when I can, like when I'm feeling good, and then also being able to do stuff around my house. It's like I worked at the shop so much, you know, I was up there 6 days a week, sometimes 7, and it got to be too much. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go into the next deepest shade, which is Sienna Rose. Right there, right? No, Mink Dust. Or is it? Hold on, Lunar Legend is that one. My goodness, I will get it right one of these days, I promise. That's really pretty. Now, to me, this is the tamer of the two quads. Now, the other one's still not anything to write home to mom about. I do feel like Pat McGrath is starting to dupe herself a little bit, but, you know, I do feel like the quads are a good way to test out her brand, but I also know that the big motherships, to me, are a great deal, but the regular motherships are quite expensive. Now, I love the packaging. I love how luxe all of that is. It's just, it is what it is. Oh, and I didn't tell y'all what brush I used. I will get back into being a real YouTuber. That is the Kaleidos S4. I really like that. Okay, now I'm just gonna make sure everything's blended in, and then we'll swatch because I forgot to swatch. At least it's only 4 swatches, so it doesn't take long. So that's Lunar Legend. This is Sienna Rose. See how that's like that rosy color? Then we have Mink Dusk. See, that's much deeper than it actually looks. And then last but certainly not least is Cyber Bronze. So that's what they all look like. Now, I think one thing I do need to do is I need to change it to Cyber Bronze to the front part of my lid because it is darker and I think it'll work better than the Lunar shade. Oh yeah, see how that deepens up just a little bit? I always use a glitter glue. Now, I've been told that you don't have to use a glitter glue with Pat McGrath shadows, and I would definitely agree. But I also have hooded eyes, and I use glitter glue with everything. It is what it is. Okay, so that is the tops of the eyes done. When I come back, we'll swatch the highlighter, do the lower lash line, and put on the rest of my face. Well, I'll put on the rest of my face while I'm off camera, and we'll talk about my thoughts on this quad. I'm back and I have the rest of my face on. I used the Huda Glow Wish for my bronzer. I used the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish blush in Divine Nude. On my lips, I have Suburbia from Pat McGrath Labs and Divine Nude from Pat McGrath Labs. And for eyeliner, I have the Makeup by Mario. So let's go ahead and swatch the Skin Fetish Sublime Highlighter in Lunar Nude. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Like that embossing. See if it wants to focus. There you go. Look at that embossing. Isn't that stunning? So let's go ahead and swatch it. It's almost too pretty to swatch. I don't want to swatch it, but I'm going to. Ooh, that feels nice. So that's what it looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. And if you see me looking to the side, I'm trying to make sure I'm in frame because I have the monitor to the side now. So I'm gonna grab, this is the Anastasia A23, which is a great highlight brush. And we're gonna highlight the tops of our cheekbones. I don't remember how much this highlighter was. I think it was like 60, but again, I bought it in a bundle, so it's very it's hard to tell. Doesn't that look pretty? Don't wanna draw emphasis to my breakout, but you know, I can't not put on highlight. That's gorgeous. That is stunning. Like, that's beautiful, beautiful on the skin. So I'm gonna grab, this is a Wayne Goss number 20, and we're gonna go into Mink Dusk again and apply that shade all under the under eye. I mean, this isn't a super complex look. I mean, it's a quad eyeshadow. It's not gonna be that complex. Now, one thing I do really like about this palette is that it is very neutral. So I think that this quad could work for a lot of people, in my opinion. It goes deep, but if you're someone who likes simple eyeshadow looks, like 1, 2 color, or I mean, this is 4 colors, well, it's not 4 colors yet, but it will be. But if you're someone who likes simple eye looks, I think it could be perfect. I'm gonna go into the Lunar Legend again and apply that in the water, or why did I say water? Inner corner. There we go. Okay. So this is the finished look. I think it's beautiful. The good thing about this lighting now is you can really see the texture and stuff on my skin. So you can really see how everything's being affected. But I think that it's beautiful. I think the look is stunning. I'm happy that I own it, but I love Pat McGrath Labs. It is one luxury brand that, in my opinion, is worth it. Like, I always feel like the products are innovative, and there's a lot of products that I love by Pat McGrath Labs. So, all in all, I am very happy with it, and I would definitely purchase it again. But I think the standout so far is that highlighter. That highlighter is so gorgeous. Like, absolutely stunning. So, that's my opinion. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which I don't know what my schedule's going to be yet, but once I do, y'all will know. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all later. Bye.